What's up, everyone? It's the 13th episode of the Gamerback podcast. Come on, you laughed because I slightly stuttered.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just me, Russell, and the other host, PJ. We're just
Yeah.
kind of here today doing something a little different.
What's going on,
You know.
guys? Yeah, doing something a special episode.
Yeah.
I guess we wanted to do this today. Well, obviously, I guess we're short staffed, and this is a little bit of a last minute episode, if I'm being honest. But yeah. So what I want to do today, since we never really properly introduced us, like me and Russell, or the rest of the podcast, or kind of anything. This episode's gonna be probably a little shorter, and also give everyone else more background information on who we actually are, how we met, how the podcast kind of started up and whatnot, and about some of the other kids that have been on the podcast, like our friends. But I guess also I want to talk about some more of the technical side of the podcast, like how we record, how we set up, how we discuss podcasts, topics and stuff. And maybe we'll put a sneak peek into the server itself. But
as bare bones as it is.
Yeah, it is very bare bones. Can you see Eternal Damnation 4?
Yes, I can.
You can. So I think everyone can see it. I'm pretty sure it's just public here. But basically, yeah. So I guess we'll start at us, right? So me and Russell, we are the hosts, but I guess we are the main people here. I'm gonna pull up the sidebar real quick. This is everyone that's. Can I move Russell's face around? There we go. What? Oh my god, I'm getting so many notifications. What are you doing?
I'm just clearing.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to do that beforehand. That's my bad.
Yeah. All right. So basically, this sidebar is everyone that's ever been on the podcast. So like Damien, Daniel, Henry, this is, and then offline people. They're always going to be our friends and people that we're pretty familiar with. But most of us met either in high school or middle school. Actually, we all met in high school and middle school. But me and Russell specifically, we met middle school. I know the first time we met was 6th grade. Our middle school had an after-school program called NIA. I'm not sure what it stands for, but we met.
I don't actually remember.
Yeah. Oh, you know when we met? Okay. Didn't we meet on field day, Russell?
Yes, we met on a field day in a park. Yeah. Yes, because they put the groups in random classes, and we were both in different classes.
You know where that was, too? That was
Shore Road?
Yeah. It's so funny because we're always there. That's so ironic. So I guess me and Russell, we met at a field day in the 6th grade. And then we probably hung out a couple times in the after school program, I think it was cooking class, right? That's where I remember remember the most. So we kind of knew each other then, but I don't think we really started getting to know each other well until maybe sophomore year of high school, right?
Yeah, it was definitely before Smash Club, but
yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was sophomore year because we used to play Fortnite and stuff, and the Fortnite was popular sophomore year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
definitely.
The Fortnite squad.
But it was definitely after middle school. I know that much. Because middle school, I just knew people from my class.
Yeah, I know I recognized you in middle school. We probably said hi in the hallway and stuff. I don't really remember, but
yeah,
I don't think we really started because we didn't even really hang out in person until junior year when Esports Club was a thing. But we played a lot of video games on PlayStation and whatnot. Me and Steven, Daniel, even Michael, we play a lot of sophomore year. That's how I got to know you and Daniel. If I'm being honest, yeah, what's up?
Honestly, I think I didn't really hang out with anyone in real life until junior year. I was kind of a shut it
really?
Go home, turn on my PlayStation, whoever was on, I'd talk to them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really hang out with people in person.
But I think who really introduced us, reintroduced us, was probably Steven. Because Steven, I feel like Steven was the bridge between SP.
He was the bridge between a lot of classes, I feel
every other, because no other class liked SP. Okay, I guess some more background from middle school. Our classes were broken up by these weird names. So I was in SP, which was the superintendent program, and every other class was ML. What were you in?
CE,
RS, and they didn't really stand for anything else. But I was just in the honors class, and all the other classes hated the honors class. So
they were the honors class. Yeah. They were the high and mighty.
We were the nerds or whatever. When in reality, we were all probably probably half of the kids in the honors class, including myself, did not belong in the honors class. We were a bunch of idiots. But yeah, no, and I know Stephen was like the kind of gap between the honors class and everyone else, because I don't know, someone in honors must have knew Stephen from before
That
middle
has to be
school,
the case.
and then we just started hanging out, and then Stephen introduced us to like Kareem and you and like a bunch of the other guys. So then I know sophomore year, Stephen was like, "Oh, you gotta play Fortnite." I was like, "Sure." Like, who are we playing with? He's like, "Oh, you remember Russell?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know." So me, you, Stephen, and I think Michael played Fortnite. That's how I got to know you. But
Shout out Angel for that too, though,
oh
because
yeah,
I wouldn't
Angel,
have
my
actually
bad.
downloaded Fortnite if he didn't push me to
Oh, you know
download
what?
it.
It was Stephen and Angel. It was both of them. Now I remember.
Oh yeah, because you're good friends with Angel.
Yeah, me and Angel, he was also the bridge for me specifically into other classes, because Angel always says like all the SB kids were like stuck up and stuff besides me, which I take as a compliment. Like he was like, "You're the only good honors kid," you know. I was like, "All right, man." But so yeah, I actually met Angel. Angel's never been on the podcast. This is Angel Navarro, not Fernandez. Angel Fernandez has been on the podcast. Angel Navarro will probably be on eventually, but he's a busy man in the military now. We'll definitely get him on. But I remember how I met Angel. We walked to school the same way. Like I always see him walking to school, and one day, and it was either 6th or 7th grade. I think I had my DS while I was walking. Like I was like walking and playing something on my DS, I think. And he was like, "Yo, what are you playing?" And we just started talking about like video games or whatever. And then eventually our topic swung around to Smash Brothers, because Smash 4 was coming out at that time. Like it might have been, I'm not sure if it was 6th or 7th grade. I think it might have been 7th.
Angel would not shut up when that was coming out.
Yeah,
I know that much.
and he would always, and he had the Wii U, Smash for Wii U, before I had Smash for Wii U, because I got Smash for Wii U Christmas of that year. I had 3DS before. So he was like, "Oh man, we gotta play Smash for Wii U sometime. We gotta play online." Oh wait, I forgot. You don't got it yet. He always do shit like that, you know.
That's
But
Angel for you.
yeah, he always pulled that move. But it was cool, you know. And then we played in the Smash Brothers club in middle school. It was actually called the gaming club, because we did like board
I
games and
wasn't
stuff
there.
too. Yeah, you weren't there for that. It was me, Angel, and Raiden. That's where I met Raiden, who's our other friend. He might be on the podcast eventually. He probably will
Was
actually.
Jordy there too? I think I remember.
Jordy apparently was there. I don't remember him at all. Like, if I'm being honest, Jordy says he remembers me. I don't remember him, because he was like, he's 2 years younger than us. Raiden was 1 year younger. So Jordy was a freshman when we were in 8th grade. And
Oh, you're right. So
Raiden, yeah, Raiden was in 7th grade. So we kind of were closer to Raiden because we already knew him for a year. And we did like other NAA stuff with him. But yeah, Jordy, I didn't remember him at all. But Jordy's our other friend. We met him. We met him in high school, but apparently he knew me from before. But
well, I met him in high school.
Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah. Me and Russell went to the same middle school. We really got closer in high school, and I think what really like tied us together, along with like the rest of the friend group, was probably esports into Smash Club, like that transition period. So basically, am I talking a lot? Or am I doing good explanation? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could take over for this like part.
I
think during Esports Club, like basically, it started out as like a league, right? Like people would play on the laptops and play games like that.
I can talk about how I got into Esports Club, and then you can talk about it, because we both have kind of funny like how we got in. So it's junior year. This is junior year of high school now, and Smash Brothers Ultimate just came out, and I would bring my Switch to school and like play during lunch. I was like the loser that played on the Switch during lunch, you know. And my last period class was English. I had English with Daniel, and so I sat next to like Daniel, and we would talk like here and there, but mostly we didn't talk because like the teacher was kind of strict. We couldn't really talk that much. But one day she'd give us like 5 minutes at the end of class to like chit chat and whatever, because it was the last class of the day, and she knew that.
Yeah.
So I overheard Daniel talking with Josh, and Josh is our other friend. We met him in high school. He's a really funny guy. And they were talking about some top secret shit, you know. They're like, "Oh, you coming today after school?" You know, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, you know, you pulling up to the ding, wink, wink. I'm like, and then somehow Daniel, I know it was Daniel. Daniel said something that like implied it was Smash Brothers. He's like, "Oh, like, you know, I'm totally ready to win," or something like that, you know. And I was like, what are you guys talking? I was like, hey, Daniel, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. And of course, I pulled the Switch out of my bag. I'm like, are you sure? And then I saw Josh's face like light up. He's like, you gotta come. You're coming today after school. There's a Smash Brothers tournament in like room 300,
Oh
whatever.
man.
I'm like, I'm so down. And Josh was like, I'm pretty good. I'm like the second best in the club.
Because David was reigning supreme
David.
at the time.
At the time, our friend David,
we gotta have him on at some point.
Yeah, we do. He's also a pretty busy guy, but he's busy like just going skating and stuff. He's a skater boy. We gotta have everyone. We should have we should have one day where we just have kind of like everyone from the old club in. I think that'd be really fun. But so yeah, he goes, but there's this kid David, right? He's the best. Like no one's ever beat him before. He's been champion for the past couple weeks since we started. And I'm like, okay, word. Like this sounds cool. I've main Ridley in Smash Brothers. I was like, oh, I'm in Ridley. Josh plays Sheik. At the time, David played Lucas because Joker wasn't out yet. He ended up picking up Joker when Joker came out. But I showed up to the club. But I remember I played. It was really good that I played who I played because I played against our friend Vlad, who's like now a pretty good friend. Our friend Isaiah, who's like he was a 100% member of like both clubs, And then I played against David, who like they're all three people that I'm pretty good friends with now. So I'm glad like I got to know them like the first day I was at the club. And I beat them all. And I beat David. And when I beat David, everyone was like, "Oh shit, he finally won!" Someone finally dethroned him. And then actually, that's how I met Henry too. I didn't play against Henry, but I knew he was
that's how
there.
I met Henry too in Esports Club. He would just kind of chill.
Yeah,
he didn't really play, but he would chill. I knew he played Falcon. That's all I knew of him.
He was good, and he still is good. For like someone
he's still pretty good.
Doesn't like play as much as everyone else. Like he's just like I don't know. He's just
I remember. Good at it. Yeah, because like I had to celebrate like during graduation. I had a couple people over, and we played Smash, and I don't know. Henry picked up Falcon. He was actually kind of doing pretty good still. I was like, damn,
I remember they called him. Someone, one of my first day there, they were like introducing me to everyone. This is like, oh, this is David. He's the champion. Blah blah blah. Vlad is like, he's like kind of like the moderator. He owned the Discord at the time. This is Isaiah. He brings a Switch.
Oh God,
and they go, this is Henry. He's the comeback. He's like the comeback king or the comeback champion. Apparently he would do a lot of like reverse 3 stocks. Like he would be down 2 stocks and run it back. I don't know, but that's how they introduced Henry. He's like, oh, he's like the best Falcon here. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But You want to say how you got into the club now? How you and Angel got into the club?
Actually, very similar. So, actually not too similar, but okay. So Daniel, I would play Destiny with Daniel a lot, and we planned on doing some sort of activity. And he's like, "Oh, actually, I'm gonna be busy after school. I'm going to a club after school." I was like, oh, really? What club? He's like, oh, the Esports Club. They're playing Smash there.
Yeah.
He's like, you should come. There's like PJ and everyone. He's like, oh, but don't tell Angel about it.
Yeah. I said that to tell Angel too, because Angel, by the way, at the time, Angel was leagues better than everyone in Smash Brothers.
And I think at the time, I think something similar happened to you. Like me and Daniel were talking about it, and then Angel overheard. He's like, oh, what's going on over here?
Yeah. He definitely. Yeah.
And then the next week comes around, next Friday, we show up. I show up and Angel's already there. I'm like, oh man.
No, and you know what happened? Okay, I told Daniel, because I know Daniel, he was gonna let us to Angel, and Daniel, I was like, Daniel, I want 3 weeks where I can play and not get my ass kicked by Angel. I got 2 weeks. I got pretty decently far. I got my 2 weeks of winning, of being champion, and then I kind of like the week before, like Angel showed up. I kind of told everyone like, there's a kid that's way better than me in this school. And he's coming next week, and just prepare yourselves. And I remember the first day Angel was there.
Dude, I remember the last hit of that tournament.
Oh, he was Ivysaur?
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was a Zard backer. It was a Zard backer. They were both last hit.
Oh yeah. He did do the Ivysaur down air thing on him though.
But it was a Zard backer to a Lucas forwarder. Last hit of the tournament. That was pretty hype.
That was really hype. They're like the good old days when like nothing really mattered in Smash Brothers. You can just kind of have fun.
At the time, I didn't know to Switch. I didn't even play Smash.
That's right.
What's it called? I remember this, okay? Because I had Smash on the 3DS around the time that it came out, and I played Pikachu, and I was not good.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got my hands on Ultimate in the Esports Club, that was my first experience with Ultimate.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to play Pikachu. And when I first walked up there, I heard the kids talking in the background, why is this kid playing Pikachu?
Oh,
Pichu's better.
And you know
Because
who?
Pichu was better at the
Pichu
time.
was better. That's nuts. Imagine
And people
Pichu.
were like, why is this kid playing Pikachu?
Do you
Is
know
he
who that
stupid?
was?
He just picked Pichu.
Do you know who that was?
Who?
Vlad and Sammy. Vlad and Sammy, they were like the two people in the back there. Oh, they would trash talk everybody. It was. I remember my first day there. I heard Vlad and Sammy in the back. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He's playing Ridley. Who plays Ridley?
And then
like,
I spiked my first opponent who was playing Bowser. I forget who was playing Bowser, but I spiked them and got.
That's not funny. Yeah, the good old days. Yeah, I remember Angel's first thing. By the way, he's not like a confrontational dude. He's kind of just like,
he's just a trash talker.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a trash talker. And Angel was also a pretty big trash talker.
But he was also confrontational.
Yeah, and Angel is also a lot better than everyone at Smash. Well, at the time, better than everyone else at Smash.
He talks the talk and he walks the walk.
Yeah,
what can I say?
He has the bark and the bite. But the first thing I remember that happened, he walks in the club, and I think he immediately just started feuding with Vlad. It was almost instant. Like the instant he walked in, I was like, oh, this is David. This other guy's really good. But yeah, he knew Josh already. He knew Daniel. He knew a couple. I think he knew Henry. Oh no, he might have known Henry.
No, he didn't know Henry.
But he knew a couple of the guys there. And I was like, oh, this is Vlad. I might have introduced. Someone introduced him to Vlad and Sammy, and Vlad was like, oh, who do you play? I bet I could beat you, something like that. And then Angel just did not like him instantly. That was yeah.
He still doesn't like him. I think there's been animosity between them from the moment they met.
Yeah, they've always been at each other's throats, but I mean, they get along when they need to get along, for like esports stuff or when we're doing Smash Club stuff. So it was fun. It's not like it was like interfered with anything. But
no, there's no like physical altercation or anything. Yeah. They just had a verbal rivalry.
Conflicting personalities, kind of. But it was honestly it was
entertaining.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was like a thing. Yeah, but that was the Esports Club for everybody. More than my.
And I think it was the after school that also got us to bond really when we went to like restaurants.
Oh yeah.
Hung out and got to know each other well.
I didn't really start going with you guys because I was dating my ex at the time, and she definitely took up a lot of my time. And then after we ended up kind of like that started fizzling out. That fizzled out the year after, but I started telling her, I gotta hang out with the boys. I gotta start going after Smash Club, I would walk her home, and then some days Angel was like, bro, ditch her and just come with us, come get pizza or whatever. I was like, fuck it, I'll come with you guys, But that was always really fun. But then what ended up happening to Esports Club, and like Russell said earlier, Esports Club originally was more or less just only League of Legends and CS:GO, and it was kind of a really small friend group that played there. And
it was like 6 or 7 people.
Yeah, no one really knows how they started playing Smash Brothers. Apparently, somebody brought in a Switch. And then that just attracted Josh, and Josh spread the word, Josh, and then I know Mr.
I have a feeling I know who brought the Switch, but it's pretty obvious who brought the Switch. I
don't know who brought. Isaiah, I know he said he wasn't the first one who brought it. He doesn't know. Oh, there's desync, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, you had a pretty hard desync right there.
I think I caught that pretty well though.
You did.
But yeah.
I'm paying attention to the camera this time.
Yeah, me too.
So.
1 desync bringing switch. I guess I'll just lead into it. I don't know who brought this. I know Isaiah was bringing the Switch by the time I showed up, but he said he wasn't the first one who started it.
Do you really? All right, then never mind.
Yeah, I know.
I would have thought it would have been Isaiah.
Because I talked to him and Vlad a couple. I think it was Tristan. Who brought the first Switch, and apparently it was one of the League of Legends kids brought it and told someone, and that someone told Josh, and Josh told everyone else. Oh God, they're now.
Yeah.
But
I can't disturb the people in the other rooms,
Yeah.
So.
But Esports Club was always pretty fun. We got a lot of noise complaints, and the reason the reason Esports Club kind of it didn't stop.
It fizzled out a little.
All the Smash Brothers kids got kicked out because we were too loud and we're getting noise complaints and stuff like that. So Mr. Chen, at the end of the year, he's like, you guys can't come back next year. Like, go find somewhere else. And then when that happened, at the time, I had class with Mr. Lovrich, who is best teacher in our high school, by the way.
What a G.
Coolest teacher ever. And me and our friend Omar, who also went to esports, but not as frequently, we had class together. And then Angel Fernandez both also had Mr. Lovrich a different period than us. So he kind of was
very fortunate.
Yeah, he was familiar with like a lot of the major members of the club, of the previous club already. So I went to Mr. Lovrich. I'm like, hey, and he plays a lot of video games. It's like, hey, Mr. Lovrich, like, would you like to host, like, be the teacher for the club next year? I'm thinking about making a club. He's like, yeah, sure. It's all cool. So I obviously he gave me like the big like the club pep talk or whatever. He's also like a fairly newish teacher. And this would be the first club that he was running. So it was like, it would be new for both of us. And next year rolled around. Esports Club was, like the second false Smash Club too. There's so much like history and backstory with this. Basically, senior year rolls around. I go to Mr. Rose, who's like in charge of all the clubs in the school. We're in a pretty big school, like 5,000 kids, so there are lots of clubs. I go to him. I say like I talked to Mr. Lovrich. He knew Mr. Lovrich. Like him and Lovrich were kind of like knew each other pretty well. I was like, I talked to Mr. Lovrich. We want to start the Smash Brothers Club. He's like, okay, that sounds good, but how is that going to be different from Esports Club? So I had me and Angel Fernandez, who I chose as my vice president, and David at the time, but David ended up dropping from vice president because he just stopped showing up once in a while, but that's whatever.
Too busy with his personal life.
Yeah, he was still on our staff for the most part. But me and Angel Fernandez, we kind of like busted our ass to like, we had to talk to Mr. Chen, be like, okay, Mr. Chen, you have to talk to, because we couldn't really, like, we can take the horse to water, but we can't make the horse drink. We were like, we had to go to Mr. Chen, be like, Mr. Chen, you have to go talk to Mr. Rose and tell him that we can start our own club, is that right? He's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Like weeks and weeks went by of like him just like no progress being made, and eventually we broke through, and it was really nice. And when that happened, something really funny happened. To start a club, you need to get 25 signatures. And I go to Mr. Rose. I'm like, hey, we got everything sorted out. Can I get the signature paper? And I'll have it back to you like by tomorrow or the next day. It's like, yeah, sure, but I already gave your vice president one. And I was like, that's a little weird. I was literally because the class before, the period before I see Mr. Rose every day, I had class with Angel Fernandez. So I was like, I was literally just with them, and he did not say anything about it. I was like, that's weird. I gave a short, he described him as a short Mexican kid. The piece of paper.
Angel Fernandez is, I don't think, short.
He is not short. He is Mexican, but he's not short. So I was like, that's really odd. Maybe Angel like ran out and got it before I could. It was really confusing. And then I was like, oh, can I get it for myself too, just in case? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I got a lot of signatures, but I'm going around signing it. I'm going to Josh. I'm going to a bunch of my friends who want to come. Oh, and then Josh was like, so the person who had the first sign-up sheet went to Josh, and apparently Josh got a fuck ton of kids to sign it. And then they brought that sign-up sheet back to Mr. Rose before even I did. So I was basically going around and be like, oh, sign for the Smash Club. And Josh was like, oh, I already got like 50 signatures on the one that someone else gave me. I'm like, who gave it to you? Like,
I have that many? Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, bro, my signature paper had like around 50, 60 too. Because I was like, Josh, have everyone who signed the other one sign mine. Because whichever one you signed is not the real one. And then it was like a big thing between me, Angel, and like a couple other kids were like, who the hell's going around with a fake sign-up sheet, like pretending to be part of the Smash Club? Turns out, either me and Russell, we find this out like months after this debacle. I kind of like put it aside because we got everything worked out. We made the club. Nothing like bad happened. But eventually, me and our friend Jordy, who we were talking about earlier, we were talking like, I was like, Jordy, did you ever sign like a sign-up sheet from Josh? And he's like, oh no, but I gave him mine or something like that. And we're like, wait, I think it was me, you, and Jordy were all the only ones in the call.
And he fits the description too.
Yeah, he's sort of Mexican. It all like clicked in my head. I was like, holy shit, Jordy, you were the one with the fucking fake sign sheet. He's like, oh yeah, like I was trying to make Smash Brothers Club, and Mr. Rose must have thought, because he was doing it ironically with another kid named Paul. My real name is Paul. So he's like, oh yeah, me and the other Paul, we were like going to start it. And Mr. Rose must have thought we were with you. And then we found out that you were doing it, and we kind of just ditched our idea and everything. It was just such a weird fucking situation. But everything ended up working out. Jordy is now the current vice president of the club. Now that we've graduated, Angel stepped up as president. Jordy's the vice president. So everything kind of worked out like in favor of everything. But it was just such a weird scenario with that. But
that was strange.
Yeah, there were lots of strange stuff in the club, like, you know. But basically, Smash Club I think it's really, really. We were all friends before that, but Smash Club brought everyone together. Because obviously, I was president, and Angel Franz was our vice president, and we needed a lot of people on staff. Because there was a point where we were the biggest club in our school. We had the most concurrent members. Huh?
Day one of the club.
Oh my god! So we hung posters and stuff, obviously, and word of mouth, especially with like kids like Josh and stuff, spreading like, you gotta come to Smash Club, big tournament.
Dude, it's been like wildfire, dude. Holy.
Yeah, the first day, I remember it was like November. It was like towards the end of November. I think the signature paper, because you have to sign in. There's a sign-in sheet to like keep track of who comes in and out of the club. I think there were over 80 names. We had 80
and we gave everyone a Discord server invite to register for the next week too.
Hold on, Hold on, I'm gonna go.
I don't think the concurrent members are the same as they used to be, but I think at the time it was like 88 members, almost 90 members. That was crazy.
I know right now the Smash Brothers Club Discord. Why is Mexican the highest role? Hold on. How can I see like the amount of members? I think there's around 100 on the server right now. I'll look at it.
Well, I mean, there are 50 offline, 14 online, so 64, 65, 66, 67. There's 69 members currently.
69, damn. I guess people must have left in that. But I remember there used to be a lot of kids.
Yeah, dude, it used to be almost 100. I know that for a fact.
My roommate's alarm clock is going off, and he's asleep. Should I wake him up?
Go ahead. Smack him. Oh, yo, take your water and pour it in his ear.
Where's his alarm? Daniel. Danny. 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 Your alarm. You good? You waking up now? Okay. You were sleeping through it. I like to wake you up.
I was like, it was playing into my dream.
Gotcha.
So I had to wake up.
Yeah. All right.
I meant to warn you that it was going to go off.
No, it's cool. Hello?
Yep.
What's up? I'm back. I forgot what I was talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I lost train of thought. Writing that down?
Yeah, just in case. I might not even cut it out. I think we're talking about the first day and like the amount of kids that were there. I remember
Discord server members.
Yeah, no, but the first day, I had class on like the fucking first floor or something, and I had to run up all the way to the third.
You came late.
Yeah, I came. It wasn't late. I know Angel was going to be there before me because he has no class the period before. So I was going to be like, Angel, I'm not sure. I told him, like, I know we're going to get a lot of kids. I did not expect that much. I was like, I know we're going to get a lot of kids. Try to follow them in, make it organized. Miss Loveridge said he was going to come late, too, because Miss Loveridge was tutoring the period before. So,
oh, God.
I walked in, the classroom was already fucking packed.
Dude, I was one of the first, like, 2 or 3 people there, so I got a seat early, and I just saw people just fill her in, dude. Holy, just like 50 people just walked in at once. Jeez.
And it was like a small classroom, because it was a science classroom, which are usually bigger, but like it was still fairly like not that big.
It's also because the desks are huge in
the desks were big to like do labs and stuff on. But I remember I walked in and I don't know, everyone started chanting my name. They're like PJ. So I don't know who started that. What happened? It was pretty fucking cool though.
I think it was Angel. It had to.
Was it Angel?
Navarro.
No. Oh, Navarro. Okay, I was gonna say it sounds like something Josh would do, but it would be pretty cool if it was Angel too. Because I know everyone kind of knew like, oh, he's starting back up the Smash Bros. Club after we got kicked out. But that was really really fun. And basically the first day we couldn't do a tournament because we weren't as organized yet. And originally we were just gonna do like you sign up when you get there, right? Because that's what we did for Esports Club. We had enough, like a small enough number where you can walk in and be like, I want to play today. But judging from the number of the first day, we had to split the tournaments up into two tournaments per day because they both filled up, and then But
Also,
the first day we kind of like explained, like what's gonna happen the rest of every single time. We gave her from the Discord server link. What were you gonna say?
yeah, the goddamn sign up sheet or the Google form that we had to make.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that in a second. But another thing that happened on the first day. Do you remember the kid that lost his phone?
Oh my god!
I remember
what a debacle that was.
For the first day, it went really smooth. For having 80 kids, our first ever club, the teacher's first ever club, a small ass classroom, it went really well. We got everyone that Discord link.
Yeah,
we got everyone
had that
in and
under
out.
control
We
really
were
well.
No one got hurt. No one lost anything. And then there's
no
one
fights, no yelling.
Yeah, and there are kids that I knew did they're kids with grudges in that room, Like
there are kids that animosity between people.
And nothing went wrong until the very last. Everyone was packing up, and then this little scrawny little freshman kid. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I got my phone." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You got your phone?" He's like, "I lost my phone." I'm like, "This is gonna kill me and the club if this kid got his phone stolen, if his phone is broken, if we can't find it." We maybe took 30 to 45 minutes to try to find this kid's phone. We were like, okay, go down the log. Do you know when you last had it? He's like, I don't remember, man. He's just some stupid freshman. I don't remember when you had the phone. What's your phone number? I don't know my phone number. What's your parents' phone number? I don't know my parents' phone number. He knew nothing. We were working in the dark to find this kid's fucking phone.
How does he not know his own phone number?
Do you remember where it was? Do you remember where it was?
It was in his jacket.
It was in his jacket pocket. And he was like, "Oh," and the thing was, he was like, "Oh, I think it's in my jacket." I'm like, "Where's your jacket?" He's like, "I don't know where my jacket is. Someone took my jacket." I'm like, "What do you mean someone took your jacket?" I was like, "Okay." I told him, "Go check your bag. We'll look around in cabinets. Maybe someone hid it as a joke." It turns out he checked his bag, and then I later opened up his bag and "Dude, your jacket's right here." And he pulled out his jacket, and his phone was in the pocket. Just thinking about it makes me stressed out, but. It's a funny thing it's a funny first day to remember, but
chaotic,
very
for
chaotic.
Sure.
So after that, I guess we ended up doing, we judged from the amount of people that we're going to have two separate tournaments. It's going to be run a little bit more tightly, not as lenient. And I'm not sure who thought of it. It was probably either me or you or Angel, but we were like, we should have a Google sign-up form so that we know who will be playing the week before, and we can organize the tournament brackets before the tournament even starts. So just people can come in, sit down, start playing immediately. Because we were pressed for time too. We had 45 minutes, right?
Per tournament.
Two 45 minutes per tournament, which doesn't seem like that long, but when you have 40 plus
24.
Kids, yeah,
it's 24 per tournament. Yeah. So that's what 12 matches at the start for round 1, then 6 matches for round 2, and obviously, but still that's I want to say 20 something matches a day or a period, and each match is roughly 2 to 3 minutes, right? So a lot of the first tournament would cut into the second tournament, and they'd have to finish up.
We would be very pressed for time almost every day, and. Yeah, so we're trying to do anything to speed up that process. We even shortened it. I think there was a point where we actually had the in-game timer set in 3 minutes. Because, we had to get that done.
I think we had to play 2 stock 3-minute, literal,
glory. Yeah. But, we're playing the bare bones because, we're so pressed for time. But the thing is, it still worked. Kids didn't mind because, they got to play Smash with their friends and with other people. And it was nice.
And they got to talk with their friends too. They could sit down with their friends, talk, meet new people.
And it was really nice. And there were lots of kids that they kind of came out of their shell because of, I don't want to say because of the Smash Club, but it definitely helped them make some friends, get a friend group going. Because a lot of kids from club, we're mostly still in touch. We still talk to Alex.
For me, it definitely did that. Well, Esports Club did that. But.
Yeah.
I was a quiet kid. I kept to myself, only to really talk to people in my own classes. But once I started going to Esports Club, now I started hanging out with different people from class, people who don't even have classes with me, and like I'm going out every week.
Not to mention, like, there's a really weird crossover with your brother's friends, and then like the club.
It turns out a lot of the kids who went to Smash Club actually knew my brother.
Yeah, it was really really odd.
I somehow like inadvertently like knew them already, but like didn't really. But I really got to know them because they went to Smash Club too.
And for context, his brother doesn't. His brother went to the same middle school as us, but not the
different
same.
High school.
Yeah, different high school, and he wasn't in middle school at the same time as us either. Or was he?
He's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah. Okay, so he was a freshman.
He was a freshman. We were 8th grade. Yeah.
So he was in Jordy. I know he knew Jordy too. Like it was really weird that he knew a lot of kids in the and then So it was like our friend groups kind of merged, which was pretty nice. Everyone kind of knew each other.
But, that was very crazy convenient, I will say.
Super convenient. Because now, if you can see my server list, this is, previously this is kind of replaced Russell's brother's server, but Russell's brother had a server that we were all on too, that we're hanging out in sometimes. They were the Smash Brothers server. This is Russell's server. This is Alex's server, a kid that we met through the club, and there's also Russell's brother's friend. It's just like everything really lined up. But it definitely it felt like it helped a lot of kids like get out of the shell, become more social, like get and a lot of freshmen like get acclimated to the high school life, because as a freshman, it's in a school that big with that many people, it's tough. Like it was kind of tough. And a lot of kids they kind of like looked up to a lot of seniors too. Like they used to call me Mr. President in the hallway. It's just funny, but. It was a really nice experience. Like I'm really glad I got to do that.
Got people in the hall saluting you. Stand at attention, the president's coming by.
But we met a lot of people, and then we also did the fundraiser tournament. You remember that?
Oh,
that was something else.
You see, I have a dark memory of that thing. Why? So I was timed out by Jordy for my last round. Because we had to get it going, so we had 1 minute matches with one stock.
Oh yeah. So basically, the fundraiser tournament, a bunch of my friends from another club. It was like the fundraising club. I forget what it's called, but they were like, hey, I know your club's pretty.
Key Club?
It might have been Key Club or something like that. But I know they came to me. They're like, oh, we know your club's pretty big. And every year, Mr. Nelson, who's like the library teacher, he would host his own Smash Brothers tournament. So we at least every year of high school, we had one major Smash Brothers tournament in the library, and there would be a prize for it. Then Mr. Nelson will host and everything. So they're like, oh, would you like to help Mr. Nelson this year with his Smash Brothers tournament and also make it a fundraiser because they're doing a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish. The Make-A-Wish program. Our school did a big fundraiser every year. So they're like, oh, all the money you make from your thing we'll pool in with like the rest of the school's money and donate it. And I think we made $114 from the tournament, which isn't bad.
It was $2 entry, right?
Yeah, it was $2 entry, and I think a couple like mods and stuff we paid $5, just like the staff we paid $5 just to give a little extra. And I mean for what it was, looking back, we handled that so well because what happened was we couldn't stay in the library without a teacher past a certain time, and Mr. Nelson
5.
I don't remember. It might have been 5. But Mr. Nelson fucking like vanished. He wasn't there for some reason. And me and Taisha, we like ran around the building looking for someone. And you know who we got? We had to get the football coach, who is our friend Michael, who we used to play Fortnite with. You remember? It's his fucking cousin. And so I kind of already knew him because like I would hang out at Michael's house and he would like be around. So I forget his name though. It was Mr. fucking something. So we got him. And ironically, one of the football kids ditched practice that day to play in the Smash Brothers tournament. And the coach showed up and like yelled at him. It was pretty funny. But and we ended up getting pressed for time. The security guards were trying to kick us out, so we had to limit the tournament to like what like was it?
It could have been 1 2 minutes, and then it was like 2 stock 1 minute.
I think we might have been it might have been 2 stock.
2 stock 1 minute 30.
I think it was 3 minutes. I think the lowest we went. Oh no, maybe it was lower.
No,
than 3,
the lower it was way lower than 3. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but people were getting timed out left and right. It was kind of a debacle, but people it definitely boosted the tournament. I'm glad we made the money from it. It was a good like learning session. We kind of figured out like next time we do this, we have to do this a little better.
I mean, it helped us understand how to work under pressure for sure. We got a lot better at that.
Do you know who I lost to in that tournament?
Who?
Oh. That
No,
guy.
not that guy.
So another little funny story from the club. This is the Daniel story. This is when Daniel this is Daniel's moment. So basically,
That's not the only Daniel moment.
no, but this is I think the biggest Daniel moment. Yeah, Daniel moment is
there was
like,
another one.
was there? We'll talk about it. The Daniel we call Daniel moment like when Daniel kind of does something like either stupid or funny or both. Because he just I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't think it. Just, yeah, it's something just kind of fucking crazy happens. But basically, this day. So okay, here's like the full backstory. I remember one day, it was pretty early on in the club, like it was like December or January. It was really, really early on. And Angel was telling me like, oh, there's this guy that's like almost as good as me. Like he says, like at the time, I think me, Jordy, Tim, and Angel were like the top kids in the club. We were like undisputed one every time. But Angel was like, there's some guy that's like really good, like almost as good as me. I think he's better than you. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta meet him. And apparently he played with Josh and Angel, but he didn't actually enter the club tournament because there were a lot of kids that would play in the back of the classroom,
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, like what? That's really cool. So then one day after tournament, I had to go somewhere. I was like, I don't know, I had something to do. I was busy, and all I know is that I came back to
and Daniel dropped the band hammer.
Daniel. We had our first kid band from the club. I really like
the only band.
Yeah, the only band and the first band. And I remember joining, logging on a Discord and being like, "What the fuck happened?" Like I still don't really know like 100%. So if you want to explain it, yeah.
Account. So I guess this kid was talking trash in one of the text channels with Josh,
which I'll bring up.
After a while, that trash talk just kind of deviated into just like blatant racism the night prior. And when we woke up, he changed his username, he changed his profile picture, and he deleted all of his messages in that channel only. So then he messed up by not deleting the rest of his stuff because in another channel he actually had his name next to his tag.
That's how you guys got him, I guess.
Yes, that's so. I recognized that, and I immediately DM'd him about it. And after a while, me and Angel were like Fernandez were both trying to like de-escalate, try to make him admit what he did was wrong. He could participate in future tournaments. Yeah. And he was deflecting us like, oh no, it's my brother, and then he's like, no, actually it was for a YouTube channel, I do trolling.
Yeah,
we do a little trolling, and all this crap. And then finally Angel got a breakthrough, and right when he was about to do it, Daniel was getting DMs from Josh telling him, ban him please, I want him gone, ban him. And me and Angel are like communicating this pretty effectively in voice chat. Like we almost got this case cracked, and then all of a sudden he's just banned. And then Daniel Joy's like, "Oh guys, I just banned the guy."
Yeah, I think that's when I joined.
I joined almost screaming at him, "Why the hell would you ban him?" We're literally communicating how we're about to get him to apologize.
That was so nuts. I'm glad I wasn't there for that. But this was like, I gotta talk. We're gonna talk about the Bible after, but. So no one knew what he looked like, by the way. No one could identify his face. And
except for Angel.
But the thing is, Angel did not know that the person he was playing with and the person that was being racist were the same person. So, but you know who did know? Raiden, I don't know how Raiden knew, but Raiden knew that OO, we just call him OO because that was his Discord tag.
That was his Discord tag after.
Yeah.
We won't name him, though. We won't
name him. But I know Raiden somehow recognized him at the Fundraiser Tournament. He's like, yo, like, PJ, that's the fucking guy. I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy who was racist to Josh. He's like, don't kill Josh or Josh will fucking kick his ass right here. It's like, all right, man. And then I go to Angel. Angel's like, you know this guy? He's like, yeah, he's the guy that's really good. I'm like, God damn it. They're the same fucking person. And then what ended up happening, the semifinal match of the Fundraiser Tournament was Angel versus OO. And we actually had to play that the next week because we were too pressed for time. So that overlapped into the next club. And
that OO gave us showed a good opportunity, though.
Yeah, so what happened was OO showed up. We let him play his match. No one really knew. The only people who knew were me, you, Angel, Raiden, and the other Angel. So they played their match. Oh, lost, and me and Angel took him outside. We were like, yo, we figured out like we know who you are. You can't come back. Please don't come back. If you do come back, we're gonna call security on you. We had to give him a talk, and Angel kind of kicked him out. But yeah, it was quite the debacle.
That was the situation.
Yeah.
I'd say that was like the closest we got to like drama in that
Yeah, I mean,
span.
there were things here and there where like freshmen like fucking punch walls and shit, but it all got resolved. But it was like freshmen like being freshmen. It got resolved. They all were friends in the end. But yeah.
Little petty freshman drama,
Yeah. But
on my GameCube controller.
Yeah, what, you playing some Smash right now or something?
Labbing, even though I don't get online, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But you gonna get that? You gonna pick up online anytime soon or not?
Probably. I mean,
yeah.
I'm considering, but I gotta secure that PS4 or PS5 first.
Oh, you're right. Priorities. But dude,
can't get rusty though.
After that, the club kind of we had fun, tournaments every week. Grew the friend group. We ended up getting a lot more. So the original staff, I believe, I'm not sure, but I know it was me, you, both the Angels, Daniel, and David, right? And Omar. And Omar. Omar got kicked off like almost immediately because he did nothing. He didn't even show up. Cool guy didn't show up. Then I think we ended up picking Andy. Because Andy actually, even though he wasn't on staff yet, he was actually helping up because we had to rearrange all the desks in the classroom, get the HDMI set up.
Yeah.
And Andy was our friend, and he helped us a lot actually do that. Because I would always show up like a couple minutes late, but Andy was he was on it immediately. So we ended up bringing him on the staff. And then we ended up actually having to drop him as well because he started doing trade school, so he would have to leave school early. He couldn't come to club. But there was like no bad blood there. We just had to you can't really show up anymore. You just have the time. Whatever. He's still still pretty good friends. And then we ended up.
Shout out to him for boosting the server too.
Oh yeah, he was there first. He gave the server like Discord Nitro or whatever for like a couple months.
Yeah,
but
he boosted it.
Then we ended up towards the end of the club. We picked to try to set up for next club. We picked up Tim, Vlad, Sammy, and Mark. Mark and Nick. So we had 11 at the end. And then Raiden also got picked up after the club was over, but I guess whatever. So Raiden is also currently on staff, but not at the same time as us. I don't know. I'm always talking from our perspective. But we ended with 11 people, and that's how we met. That's how we got close. I got close to Nick. So Nick and all the freshmen would be in
the only person who was close to Nick was me because I would talk to the freshmen and sophomores in voice chat when no one else was on.
I kind of knew everyone, but being like kind of in charge of everything, I didn't have the time to really talk and get to know anyone during the periods, and I wasn't in voice chat at the time, like late at night with everyone else.
Because that's the thing. Everyone who was at eBoard and all that, they were all
we would hang out in eBoard chat too.
Yeah, that, but also nobody was a night owl like me.
Yeah.
So I would be up at 2-3 in the morning, and Nick and other people would be in voice chat, and I would just kind of join and chill because what else am I gonna do at that time?
And they're all also on Johnny's server. I'm pretty sure it's the same kids that Johnny hang out with. Who's Russell's brother?
Yep.
But so yeah, that's kind of where the overlap came in too. So everyone, it was just easy for everyone to figure out we can be friends because we're already friends with other people. That's how I got close with Nick, and I was pretty good. Already pretty close with Vlad and Sammy, but that helped us become better friends and whatnot. But it definitely was a good thing.
Blundering ineptitude.
Oh, dude. So okay, we already basically knew who we wanted to pick as staff, but we still put an application on the Discord saying if you want to join us, help us out. Fill out this application, and it had certain questions do you have any prior experience? What's your schedule? This, that. We already had in mind Vlad, Sammy. Actually, I was pretty set on not picking Vlad because he feuded with Angel a lot. So his stupid application was so fucking good. I just had to pick him because originally in mind I had Tim, Sammy, Mark, and who was the other person? I'm not sure. And Nick.
No, it wasn't Nick. I had to vouch hard for Nick.
Oh, actually, you did vouch hard for Nick. But I think I know you considered, but I think no one really considered Vlad except for Angel. Angel was like, give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. And then I read his stupid application and was like, okay, that settles it. He's he wrote. So one of the questions on he answered every single question like ironically, like he just gave some shit ass answer. But the last question on the application was, "What's your least favorite animal and why?" And he must have wrote about 4 pages on why.
Squirrel?
No, it was koalas. It was koala bears. On why he hates koala bears. It was really fucking funny, and that got him in. And I remember what Sammy wrote. Do you remember what Sammy wrote?
There was a lot of offensive stuff, I'll tell you that much.
So on Sammy, one of the questions was, do you have any prior experience like running a club or something? Sammy does not have prior experience running a club, but he says, I have prior experience being in. I'm not even sure if he's
a co-leader
of a Destiny clan. And what was the name they got banned for? Because they had.
It was very offensive.
No, they had 2 names. They had two names, and both of them got banned. I remember the bad one.
No, I think both were bad.
I don't
both are really bad.
Both are bad, but one he was like, I think we set the world record for getting a clan banned on Destiny.
Yeah, they were doing like any percent speed runs for banning clans, dude.
But yeah, no, they yeah. So he's like, I don't have experience, but I have experience getting a Destiny fucking clan banned in like 0.8 seconds. So that was another really funny response. I know Mark's response. He said he hated. His response to animals was pretty funny too. Like he's like, I hate fucking pigeons or something. But and yeah, you've. Are we decent? I can't tell. Do you speak?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I think.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But those my applicants were pretty fun. They're just fun to look at. Looking at Vlad and Sammy is just they definitely like were the peak of those.
I know in Pinned we have Vlad's response about the complaints about the Smash Club. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
Okay. Because there's another survey we did, like, how can we improve the club?
I'm posting this in photo dump, okay?
Yeah.
So you can read this out if you want. A little bit of
no, this is Vlad and Sammy together. They wrote this together, by the way.
But I think this was in Vlad's response, though, specifically.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm not sure what this person's response is, but he goes, no. Firstly, the classroom is moderated poorly. It constantly gets out of hand.
Oh, it was about does the staff do a good job?
Okay, yeah.
Our staff doing a good job, basically.
Yeah. It constantly gets out of hand in regards to noise level and people blocking the screen. This hinders the quality of the tournament experience. On the Discord, anytime a negative situation arises, moderators fail to appropriately assess the situation and handle it with blundering ineptitude. This creates an unprofessional environment and does not make me confident in our current staff. Which I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure this response is all like, it's like a joke. He was fucking with us.
Oh yeah, no. It's 100% a joke.
Just the blundering.
Nothing negative ever arises.
I remember when we read blundering ineptitude. We were dying about just that phrase for like a pretty long time.
I think Vlad's response is a weird mix of like genuine complaints and like jokey ones. Because I think like the screen getting blocked and like noise level is definitely valid complaint.
That's definitely a complaint. But then the blundering ineptitude. That's such a great fucking line. But Vlad and Sammy, they're a pretty good power couple in the club because they always kind of like they're the jokesters and they always did stuff together. And then Angel was their trio master, like how Pokemon have a trio master or whatever. How like I don't know, Giratina is like the trio master of Dialga Palkia. Angel was the trio master of Vlad and Sammy. But,
the Rayquaza.
Yeah, he was the Rayquaza. He kept them in check when shit got too crazy. So that was always really funny. But club was always a lot of fun. And then anything else that we got to talk about? I mean, we had the Bible. We could talk about the Bible.
We pretty much covered all the contents of that.
There is some stuff we left out, but basically with the Bible, anytime something really notable happened, I kept like almost a little journal that all the staff could read, and it was, I think that at the end there are 13 entries, and we kind of labeled it as like a book. So there are chapters and sagas and stuff. So the first chapter was like the prelude, how like me and Angel and Raiden used to play in middle school and stuff. And then there was Esports, which was 0. And then there's the first tournament saga. There was the OO. We called it the OO saga. We called it After that was the Fundraiser Tournament saga, the Duo Tournament saga, because we had a Duo Tournament here and there. And like everything notable that happened was written down in what we called like the Smash Brothers Bible, the Club Bible. And the last day of the club, I uploaded the Bible to the Smash server for everyone to read and like look back at. And we also had the club statistics where like the first message sent, who won the first match, who won the first tournament, all stuff like that. It's just a nice thing to kind of, like a memento.
Oh, I guess like the next thing we can go into is the unfortunate effects of the pandemic on our club specifically.
Rip.
So obviously school was closed, so we couldn't let the club die, right? We couldn't let it fizzle out. So I had the bright idea of doing online tournaments and running it via an online bracket, which I set up every week after we got responses, and it went pretty smooth for the most part.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It ate into our plans for the future of the club. In terms of in person, because we had a whole big plan set up for the last tournament. We're gonna go out with a bang.
It was a real crazy ass plan. Basically, if you don't mind if I talk about it, I think every kid's dream is to play Smash Brothers in their school auditorium, right? Everyone's always like, "Oh, the big ass projector," like fucking giant, a lot of
like a major or something.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been like hosting a fucking major. It would have been so awesome. And the last week before school shut down, I got all the permits signed. I got everything set up so we can use the tournament May 25th. Angel Fernandez's birthday. It was on his birthday. Everything was like the stars aligned, and then COVID shut down the school. It was. We had a band because we had a lot of band kids play with us. I was like, you guys like.
Yeah, we were gonna get the band to play.
We were gonna have the band to play
game OST.
Yeah. It would have been like to open up. We were gonna this is the fucking school band. They're gonna play probably like Smash Brothers theme, like maybe like
Lifeline.
Something fucking sick. And then Mr. Leverage, who's the teacher, he was like play the guitar too. He was gonna play with them. Everything was set up so perfectly, and then it shut down. But that would have been a really awesome opportunity to have. I hope we can do it again in the future.
Yeah.
Because currently the club it exists, but since the school we live in New York City, Brooklyn. Schools aren't in person, so they can't actually host the club, and we don't have enough They don't have enough new members to sign up and play online tournaments anymore. So it's kind of like they're in a weird limbo right now. But I hope it gets picked up next semester, or whenever it comes back in person.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
a fun thing, and I think it like you said earlier, it really opens up like new opportunities for people to meet and stuff and come out of their shell.
It was really nice.
What better way for people like who play Smash and stuff to get to know other people better than to play the game?
And it was even another thing, like just Smash Bros in general really brings people together. I had like the class I had with Angel Fernandez was weightlifting. So we would it was in the gym, we lifted weights, pumping iron, it was pretty cool. And we were like gym buddies basically. And one day a new kid came into our class. And I have this right here, Fatal Fury. This is my Terry hat. I had this clipped to my belt because I was wearing it I wore it for the tournaments that I played Terry, so I had it clipped to my belt for the day. And the new kid walks by me like as I'm doing something. He's like, "Oh, like nice, like I like your hat." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like you play. I asked him if he plays Fatal Fury. He's like, "Oh yeah, a little bit, but I play Smash Brothers." I was like, "You play Smash Brothers?" What do you know? We're the president and the vice president of the Smash Brothers Club. You should come after school. And his name was Fernando. A really, really cool guy who played Corrin. Yeah, he was like, the odds of him spotting the hat, like talking to me about it, and me and Angel standing right there, you got to come to Smash Brothers Club now. So it's pretty cool. So then that was our gym crew. It was the Smash Brothers kid just worked out together. He was actually a transfer student from, I forget where in South America, but he was from South America, and it was pretty cool. So I think we definitely helped him get acclimated to. I'd like to think he's new to this. He's completely new to this country. And we helped him get acclimated to the club. I know he hung out with a bunch of kids in the club. And he came with us after school to eat sometimes too. He was a really cool guy. So the opportunities that we had were just so amazing. I'm not even sure if I'll get to do stuff like that ever again. But
yeah, for sure.
I want to hosting the tournaments for the school and stuff. It makes me want. For people who don't know, I play Smash Brothers for my college now. I'm on my college esports team, SUNY Plattsburgh. We're all right.
I wish I could do that, but I have no idea how to do that for my own school.
We beat your school, Russell. We fucking kicked your guys' asses. They need you.
It sucks too, because I remember all throughout
dude,
Fort.
I know the captain. I can literally go like, yo, I told the captain like, oh, my friend might be trying to join you next semester.
Dude, all throughout Fort, I was really bad at Smash because I didn't really own a Switch, and when I did, I was really bad until school shut down. When school shut down, I had the time to grind, and at this point, I'd say I'm good enough to probably beat most people now.
Yeah,
that, like,
I'd say me and you are basically we're pretty even. I like to say.
Yeah. Like I've
Yeah.
caught up, but it sucks because like now there's no way for me to like show that in tournament because I'm not playing online tournaments. I'm not registering for those, and I'm not in my college team or anything like that.
You should. I want to. This is a bit off topic. I do. Well, the two things I was gonna talk about something later. We should make a. I want to make a crew because I've been trying to get in an action because I play crew battles for my school. I'm in my school's crew, but I want to like not start a crew. I've been trying to get with. I forgot the name, but there's a really big crew in New York City, and I've actually played a couple of their members before. Fucking Hydra. He ranked like 14th in the Wi-Fi Warrior list like not too long ago.
There's a lot of good smashers in New York. I know that much.
He's actually from New Jersey.
We got the king of New York himself.
The Buzz. We have Shinji too. Shinji, I've played against
literally
Shinji.
a top 5 player. Oh yeah, Shinji,
Pac-Man. He ranked 12th on the last Wi-Fi Warrior rank. He's fucking awesome.
I know. I guess like a lot of the other good smashers from New England. You know, Light, Mars.
Yeah.
Those are 2 New England players. Like they're in the area.
Yeah, it's not too far away. But and okay, I mean, I guess now that I've been starting to play Smash Brothers like more competitively, and with my school's crew, I do have a lot of connections. I know a lot of people like here and there, like just around New York State, and then I obviously I don't know the guy Hydra. I've played against him. I know his crew, and I do know a lot of guys from Long Island because I'm the current captain of my school's crew. But the former captain, Adam, really cool guy, super good at Smash Brothers. Name's Wii Fit, Sephiroth, and Ridley, actually. I'm pretty sure he's the best Wii Fit trainer on Long Island. And he knows, like, just through him, I have a lot of connections because he's, like, top ranked in Long Island, I can kind of talk. I know a bit, like, I just have connections to Long Island guys. And I've been trying to get involved with the crew somehow. Just because, like, just to get my name out there. I'm not really too big on playing competitively in the future. Although what I want to do is host tournaments, be like a
TO
or something. Not exactly a TO, but maybe like just be involved in the Smash Brothers community because obviously like it's a really important aspect of my life at this point. I want to stay involved with it. I don't want to lose touch with it. But being in the crew is like a first step to like being in the community, and then from there, even like being a commentator. Even my major, my major is hospitality management. It's for more so for like managing hotels and restaurants and stuff. But it is a management. It's in the management field, so it would help with like doing Smash Bros stuff on the side or even for fun, which is what I'm really passionate about. So I would definitely like to either start a crew or like get involved with the crew because how cool would it be to have like me, you, and like Jordy and Tim and Angel like just as a crew like playing online once in a while. I think that'd be kind of nice just to have like our names out there. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I did want to talk about that like later in the podcast, but I guess I'm already getting around to it now, like keeping in touch with Smash Brothers and whatnot. Because Tim plays his top 8. I haven't played Tim in a while, but I'm not sure if he's better than me. I'd like to think he is. He places like pretty consistently in top 8, and this kid's a fucking sophomore in high school. He's kind of a monster. Jordy, I'm not sure if he plays anymore. He was also really fucking good. Angel's amazing. Us two are really good. I can get some kids from the school to join the crew. Like, we have connections.
Sounds like some fun.
It'd be pretty cool. That's just a pipe dream at this point. And what I want to start doing is hosting locals in Brooklyn, because all the locals in New York are in Manhattan, and
there's some in. I know there was
in
one.
Brooklyn.
What's it called? I think around summertime before Smash Club, David and Angel both plan on showing up to one that was like pretty close to my house.
I was supposed to go with them to that, but I ended up bailing for some reason or another.
They wanted me to come, but at the time I was really bad at Smash, so I was like, That's how I know it was in summertime, because I was bad at the game.
Yeah.
But
what I wanted, the Best Western Hotel, like in Bay Ridge?
No.
Well, there's the Best Western Hotel. It's like a couple blocks away from 86th Street. And Gotham City Games.
Of course.
I know the previous owner to Gotham City Games, Ralph. He's still involved with them. He lives in Long Island now. I know he used to host the Bay Ridge locals in the basement of the Best Western place.
Huh.
So I can get in contact with him or the best. And actually, okay. Ready for this shit? You ready for the craziest coincidence? Remember Mr. Tubbs?
Of course.
Mr. Tubbs is our middle school science teacher. He is also the pastor at my ex-girlfriend's church. And they would host their church meetings in the basement of this Best Western hotel.
Wow.
And me and Mr. Tubbs, we are in contact here and there. We talk once in a while because, like me and my ex, we're like on fairly good terms. And I still talk to Mr. Tubbs once in a while because he's like, I really like ate Christmas dinner at his house on Christmas because like he invited my girlfriend's family and I was spending Christmas with them. So it was just like, you
Jeez.
know, we're pretty like we're pretty close. I'd like to say like I can call him. I have his phone number and stuff. So I could even ask Mr. Tubbs like, you know, could you get me in contact with the people of the Best Western to see like what I can do about renting out the bottom for a tournament and whatnot. Like if I could do just a monthly tournament in Bay Ridge, I think that would be so awesome. Just like, you know.
Yeah.
I really like hosting. Like I like hosting and being on the logistics side more than I like playing. Cause like, it's just what I'm good at. It's in my blood, you know.
Yep.
So
Just organizing things, running it.
That's really what I want to do. Like as soon as COVID is like done with, I want to get those Bay Ridge locals like up and running. I think that'd be so fucking awesome.
That sounds like some fun. I can't lie.
Yeah, it would be like Smash Club except professional.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But I guess what else is there to talk about Smash Club? We really went over everything. That's mostly the backstory.
Yeah.
That is us for the most part. I guess if you want more context, I mean I go to college upstate, SUNY Plattsburgh. Russell currently goes to John Jay.
Hey, doxing.
Huh?
I'm kidding.
Well,
I said doxing.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, mostly everyone we know is from our high school. You know, Steven. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I clicked on random stuff. But yeah, that's us. Anything you want to say before I'm gonna get into something else.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much covers it all.
Yeah.
Pretty extensively too.
But I guess before we close this out, I want to talk about a bit more of like how we like to run this podcast. I guess usually how it goes is like the day before we record on Friday, we upload on Friday. Usually what happens is one of us texts in general chat, me or Russell. We go, "What's the deal for tomorrow? Let's see where it is."
Oh God, dude.
Honestly, at Vaz yesterday 12 p.m. What's
really
the plan for tomorrow? Yeah, and when one of us, the other person goes, "I'm free all day tomorrow. Who are we gonna have on? What are we gonna talk about?" We usually decide stuff like almost on the spot, like, you know. Boys, I'm going for tomorrow. I'm gonna go. You go for tomorrow. This is last week. It's like, you know. So everything's usually like pretty impromptu, but it works out. It's not like we're doing a super. We do the podcast for fun. Like we're not doing this for fucking like. We don't want the views. We don't want, you know, YouTube. I think it's just nice to have.
It's more like just a nice way to just sit down and have a conversation. And if people want to listen, they can.
Yeah, it's good to. It's also nice to get our opinions out there because, like, let's say like we do like call like a big reveal for something. You know, it's nice to be like, oh, you know, you want like me and my friends. You know, like if I'm showing another friend like, oh, you want to watch me and my friends like, you know, talk about this or react to this. You know, it's just nice to have something. I really fucking regret is not recording our reaction to the Sephiroth reveal trailer for Smash Brothers.
I was asleep for that one, so.
Yeah. Number one, Russell was asleep. And so this is more, I guess, more context. It was basically everyone from the club we're talking about, like all our friends, Angel Fernandez, Angel, Daniel, Mark, Henry. We're all in a voice chat somewhere and watching the Game Awards. And Russell was asleep. We're like, oh man, I hope Russell wakes up in time for the Smash reveal. It's going to be a big reveal. It's the Game Awards. And the day before, you were playing... What's that rhythm game?
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
Kingdom Hearts Melody Memories. And I was watching you play, and you played One Wing Angel. I would not have recognized the song if I did not watch you play it the day before. And, you know, we're all watching. Oh, and we all thought that...
It was an omen.
We all thought, during the trailer was playing at the Game Awards, we thought it was going to be Fortnite Jonesy. Everyone was dead set on Fortnite Jonesy. Nick even goes like, oh, there's the Rift. The Rift killed Galeem. And then... the music started playing, and I think everyone in the voice chat like just went ape shit. Like, because everyone knew the team. Everyone was like, holy fuck, it's Sephiroth. It was just like it's probably the greatest reveal of all time. Like, you had to be there. I wish I recorded it because it was we all had, like, we were just going nuts. But it was really fun. And then literally, like, the second the Game Awards ended, you joined voice chat and we're like, Russell! Because you're a pretty big Final Fantasy fan, I'd like to think, you know? It's like...
Well, 7 specifically. I haven't played
7. That's what I meant. Like, and then you missed probably the biggest Smash reveal yet.
I mean, hey man, I was there for Pyro and Mythra, and I'm a big Xenoblade fan, so...
Yeah. I think Sephiroth really takes the cake out of almost every reveal for me. Actually,
Sephiroth had to have the best reveal.
Yeah. And even, like, watching it live with everyone, we went crazy. I remember me and Nick, I think, were the first ones to react, because we heard the dun 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 of when the angels start going. And we were like, oh, shit.
Drums.
And then it kind of zoomed in a little bit. It is just Christ. Such a good reveal trailer. I wish I got that recording, man. I wish. I'm so, like, I hope the last 2 reveal trailers are going to be on par with that level of hype. Because, like...
Dude, I hope.
If Master Chief comes in, that's another one where we're all going to lose our fucking minds. Like, Master Chief or, I don't know, Doom Guy gets in, woo! That's going to be fucking nuts.
Dude, Doom Guy comes in, you're probably destroying your room. You're
going
to throw some stuff.
I'm going fucking ham. But for context, Doom Guy, I don't think he's getting in. But he's the one character I said I'd drop Ridley for, and I'd made him instead. Like, I would never drop Ridley, but if Doom Guy gets in, I would. That's the only scenario that I'd drop Ridley. Because Doom is my favorite game franchise of all time. I love Doom. Big Doom guy. But, yeah, I wish I got that. And then I guess eventually down the line, we'll probably start, when we get back into, I know we're going to get back into Minecraft when the cave update comes out. We'll probably end up start recording, like, Minecraft. Or, you know what we should do? We should record when we play Jackbox.
Oh, God.
Every once in a while, like every 3 or so months, we play Jackbox with like 15 fucking people. And it is pure
chaos.
Pure chaos, and it is the greatest time ever. It is so fun.
If you guys think you've seen chaos, you have not seen a Jackbox session.
Actually, hold on.
Unless you play Jackbox yourself.
Let me pull up the where is it pinned? The stupid Ridley vs. Joker thing? Is it in general?
It's in general. It's in general.
Okay.
Ignore the chat names, by the way. Those are it's because Henry owned the server for a brief time.
All the channel names are like jokes here. But basically, this happened. This happened like ages ago. Russell, what game is this? This is TKO, right? Or what is it?
Oh god, I forgot what it was, but you put your fighters up against each other.
It's like, so one person gets a prompt and has to draw according to the prompt, and then the other person does not see the prompt and has to draw according to the character that they're put up against. So Russell got the prompt, the champion of romantic fantasies, and drew Joker. For context, I hate Joker and I hate Persona 5. I cannot stand them. And of course, I got this character without the prompt. So I thought it would be something like fighting related. So I drew Ridley and named it Optimal Character. And everyone had a really good laugh over that. And a couple months later, this happened. The same exact thing happened again without us like trying to plan or anything. It was just the champion of dating. Russell draws Joker. And I even called it.
And you just so happened to get that prompt. It couldn't have been someone else to go against Joker. It had to be you.
I saw the drawing style and I was like, this is Russell's drawing. And I drew Ridley and named mine Fuck You Russell, because I just knew it was gonna be you. And yeah. But this happens like Jackbox is a lot of fun.
Funny, man.
We should record some Jackbox next time we play. So yeah, we'll. So I guess we can close up now, right? We've been talking for like an hour.
Yeah.
But that's us. A little background history on our friends, on what we do, the podcast, how we operate.
How it came to be. I guess the only thing that we didn't go about is how the podcast started, which basically you were just like, hey, want to start a podcast?
Yeah.
I said, sure.
If I'm being honest, what inspired that? It was right around after the Sephiroth reveal. I was really upset that I didn't get the recording of that, so I was kind of like looking into recording and stuff, like for a little bit, and then it was like a month or so after. I was like, hey, like, you know, we should start a podcast, just to like, because I don't want to miss out on anything anymore. Because like,
Yep.
I want to look back one day when we're like old as fuck and be like, you remember when we were reacting to the fucking Tyranids coming out? Remember when Doom Guy got into Smash? And then we whipped out the podcast.
You mean remember when we ended up getting Jonesy instead of what we wanted?
When fucking Crazy Dave gets in? That's gonna be great. But yeah, I guess that's about it for today, right?
I guess so. We'll wrap it up here.
Yeah. I normally end off. I didn't mean to like make this a habit, but I've been ending off with like, what did we learn today? Like every episode, I kind of do that. And Daniel likes to do the like and subscribe, which I don't give a fuck. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, stay unsubscribed. Don't subscribe, fucking asshole. I don't even want to get popular.
If you're gonna watch this whole 1 hour podcast and still not subscribe, honestly, I don't know what to say, man. Just go away.
But yeah, nah. So, what did we learn?
We're cool.
Yeah, we're pretty cool. And we should have recorded this after the real trailer. Alright, see ya.